Hello there, it's Julie Hedges live from the Tarot Journey, and I'm here visiting with these lovely sunflowers all behind me. If you can see these lovely sunflowers, I hope you can. The light is very bright out here, and so I cannot tell who's online. If you are making comments, I'm sorry I'm not able to read them, but I wanted to show you this lovely sunflower field. And come today, look at all these sunflowers. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? Yeah. I want to come to you today live from the Tarot Journey. Look with my friend the sunflower here. I wanted to talk a little bit today about releasing work. What it is, why it's important, what it does for us. And I thought the best illustration of releasing work really are these lovely sunflowers. I'm going to let you see the sunflower here. Look at that beautiful face, and look at all these beautiful faces of these sunflowers. And you should see all the goldfinches out here. They are just flitting around and really enjoying this. So, talking about releasing work. So as we know, the sunflower always turns his face to the sun. As the sun is tracking forward across the sky during the day in his orbit, the sunflowers are turning themselves to follow the sun, so that their bright shining face is always turning toward the sun to soak up those nutrients, and therefore leaving behind what they were and where they were. And so that's the subject of this releasing work. I'm taking a break right now from putting on the finishing touches of my Star Nations article for August about the rocket launch of the first moon landing in 1969. And so I'm looking at the astrology of it, the soul chart around that. Yes, I do that work, not only with individuals, but also places and events have a soul chart that impacts humanity. So thank you if you are just joining me now on the Tarot Journey Live, or if you are watching the replay of this. I'm sorry I'm not able to see your comments because it's so bright out here in the middle of this lovely field. But getting back to releasing work, what it is allowing to fall away, or gently opening your hands and letting fall away those pieces of you, those events, those archetypes, those words, those stories that have been part of your path that you don't need anymore. So in order to go to 4th grade, you leave behind all your 3rd grade work, right? In order to go to university, you may have to leave behind some of your high school teachers and high school friends. That's just the way it works. That's just how it happens. So releasing work is that, where you leave behind lovingly the things that have been part of your path as you are moving forward. And so what that does for us is allows us to here's some more visitors out here to the sunflower patch. It's a very popular place for photographers and visitors because it is so lovely. So we welcome everyone out here. So the releasing work, what it does for us is allows us the mobility and the flexibility to move on to what we need to do. So again, like when you're leaving 5th grade going into 6th grade, like my niece is this year, she's going to middle school, you might have to leave behind some of those friends and some of those teachers and some of those lessons. You've learned them, so great. It's time to leave that textbook behind. because you're going to get new lessons and new blessings and new textbooks. So leave the old ones behind. So that releasing work is allowing that to fall away. That's what it does for us. And why it's important is so that our load is lightened and our arms are open and our hearts are open for the new things that are coming to us. Imagine that you've made it all the way to university, but you've kept every single textbook that you've had for your whole schooling career. And you lug those around with you every day. And you're going to your university classes and your labs with all of these textbooks that you've ever had along the way. How cumbersome that is. How heavy that is. But with releasing work, we can lovingly let go of the lessons we have learned, the stories that we've picked up, the people who have influenced our lives, that they're going on a different track and we're going to a different place, to lighten our load so that our hands are open and our hearts are open for the new things that are for us. So that is what it does for us. And so just quickly, I will share with you my favorite releasing work that I've just done. So this week, as we are preparing for the new moon where we plant seeds, as you can see, the moon in the sky is waning. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller until finally the sun and moon come together. And the darkness of the soil is where we plant the new. But along the way, that waning period is when we make the field ready. And so one way we can do that is releasing work. So what I have been very compelled to do in the last 3 days is doing 3 versions of release and burn. So for me, that is writing down some things that I have learned, that I'm thankful for, the lessons that I have been given, and writing them down and literally burning that paper. I've done it 3 times. And so I'm preparing my field for a brand new crop of flowers. Maybe I'll have some wonderful sunflowers like this guy behind me when it's said and done, or maybe some beautiful roses, whatever those are. But I've been doing my releasing work, preparing for the new moon so that I can plant the new seeds when they are ready. And I also was learning this lesson about releasing as I was writing my July article for Star Nations magazine, which you will really enjoy. It is the astrology of the first moon landing on July 20th, 1969. And so looking at the mechanics of a launch. So in order to get out of Earth's orbit, there are these really large rockets that have to blast off with the shuttle attached. But in order to finally be released from Earth's gravity, that shuttle has to detach from those fiery rockets that have launched it up in order to get where it's going. And so that's also a good realization, of releasing work. In order to get where you're going, somehow, some way, you're going to have to release and detach from what launched you. And let's face it, sometimes life is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It has been for me this July. Whew. Kind of like a circus on steroids, with psychedelics thrown in there. That's kind of been my July. Personally, very much personally. And that's what my students and clients are sharing as well. But in order to get where I'm going through the circus and into what is new, I'm releasing what launched me into this new space, this new inner space, or this new outer space of my comfort zone was this, but I've been launched out of it by life events. And that can look like job changes, relationship changes, graduations, pregnancies, anything that has launched you out of a place where you felt stable and comfortable. That's a launch event. But eventually, to get where we're going, we have to detach from that rocket, that hot, fiery, powerful rocket that scooped us up off the earth plane and launched us to, Timbuktu now. So that's the importance of releasing work. And that's how we can use releasing work to prepare for the new place, the new destination, and the new ride that we are going to take. And all of that from this lovely, lovely sunflower field. So from my heart to yours, may the peace that surpasses all human understanding be with each and every one of you who is watching live now or watching the replay. Om Shanti. Bye-bye.